All right, I'm back. We'll try this again. I lost my connection over by my desk, but 3 feet away it seems to be working a little bit better. So anyways, hopefully we'll keep our connection here and I can finish what I wanted to talk about. So I was talking about how New Year's people make New Year's resolutions. I don't really think that they really work. There's been studies to show that they don't really work. So I don't bother setting New Year's resolutions. But it is kind of the time of year when you start thinking that you kind of want to make a new beginning, a fresh new beginning in whatever area of your life. I'm going to talk about health and fitness because that's what I do, but it could be anything. So this is kind of a nice year to start fresh and reach for those things that you were trying to reach that maybe you didn't get to. So if you have tried to reach a certain goal before and you didn't quite make it, doesn't mean that you can't make it. You just need to go at it a different way. So first thing you want to do is look at why things didn't work. So what caused you to fail in the past and what can you learn from that so that you can fail forward? You learn from your failures so that you can grow. So with health and fitness, I find a lot of people, it's the impatience that causes them to fail. They want results now, and we live in a society where we're kind of used to instant gratification. So when something takes longer than we expect it to or we want it to, it's very normal to just kind of want to give up and just not work on it anymore. Goes with anything, any big change you want to make in your life, it's going to take a little bit of time. So don't get impatient. We see these commercials that promise that you can lose, X amount of pounds in like a couple of days or whatever, or you can go into the office and have the fat sucked out of you and be skinny right away, but it's just not realistic. So if you want to make real changes that are going to stick with you and really change your lifestyle, you need to be patient. The other thing I find that really holds people back is not having a plan. And I've been through this before. I've seen clients go through this before. You can't just say, okay, I want to get fit and then expect it to happen. You really need to plan it out. So, you need to know what kind of foods you're going to be eating, what kind of exercise you're going to be doing, how you're going to get enough sleep, right? How you're going to drink enough water, and all of that kind of thing. So you need to actually have a plan in mind. And then the third one is not having support. And this can be really tough, especially if your partner isn't on board with you. It'd be really nice if your partner was, and then you could work together as a team to achieve your goal, but lots of times it's not the case. So you need to find support somewhere else if your partner isn't on board with you. Don't use your partner not wanting to do it as an excuse to not do it. So you can find lots of support out there. It could be a buddy that you work out with. It could be your fitness instructor, your personal trainer. It could be an online group. There's lots of online groups. I run online groups all the time. If you want to learn more about that, let me know and I'll tell you more about it. Just find someone that can support you. Even a friend, even if you don't live in the same community, a friend that you can call and talk to, especially when you feel like you're losing motivation. So those are the three main things that I find cause people to fail at their attempt, especially in fitness and changing their lifestyle to become fit and healthy, because it's a bit of a job. It's not easy. It's not fast. So why don't we talk about some ways that you can achieve your goals? So just for one thing, first thing you have to do is just decide to do it and jump in. Don't say, oh, I'm going to start next week, or I'm going to start tomorrow, or I'll start, when it's more convenient, or don't use any excuse as to why you can't start right now. And, that could be just something simple, something like increasing your water intake or getting rid of junk food or something like that, and just having healthy foods available. So just jump in, make that step, and then that first step is what starts the momentum. So another thing to not do is to overthink what you have to do to get to where you want to go. So don't think about where you are and where you want to end up and all those little things that you have to do to get there, because that's going to be really overwhelming, and chances are you're going to just say, oh, screw it, that's too much work, I can't do it. So don't think about all of the steps, just think about the next step. So what could you do right now that would move you a little bit closer to your ultimate goal? So like I said, it could be as simple as increasing your water intake, or getting to bed a little earlier so you get more rest, or clearing the junk food out of the cupboards and getting healthy foods so you just have healthy foods available to you, or picking out a workout program you want to do, or just getting in the car and driving to your favorite studio and take a class. Just something that gets you a step closer to your goal. Because as I said, that first step is what gets the momentum going. And if you're sitting there going, oh, I'm going to take that first step later, it's going to be getting harder and harder to do that. So just do it. Don't even think about it. When I used to go to the gym for classes, there were days where I didn't want to go. And confession here, there are days that sometimes I don't feel like teaching a class. So I don't think about it. I just put my shoes on, I put my work clothes on, and I get out the door and I get myself to the studio and I just do it. And once you do it, it's fine. It's just, if you're thinking about it too much, chances are you'll talk yourself out of it. Hey Ryan, how's it going? And then having that plan. So don't just have a plan in your head, actually write it out. So write down, what kind of foods you're going to be eating, and what time you're going to try to get to bed so that you can get about 7 hours of sleep a night. Write down the workout program that you plan on doing. Just write it all down. If you have a plan written down, it's going to really help you achieve what you want to achieve. So you could do this first thing in the morning if you wanted to, just kind of write out what your day is going to be. Or maybe every Sunday you have a bit of time that you just sit down and you write out your plan for the entire week. So just make sure you have it written down, and then that way you can refer to it if you start to fall off track. And also writing it down, it makes it stick more with you when you actually pick up a pen, piece of paper, actually write it out physically. Don't type it out, actually write it out. There's more of a connection, more of a mind-body connection to that. And then finally, make yourself accountable. So have something in place that will hold you accountable to what you are trying to do. So whether that's a buddy that you go and work out with, so that person is expecting to see you, or maybe it's your friends and family, you just tell them your plan, or maybe announcing it on social media, maybe on Facebook, let your Facebook friends all know what you're trying to do, or joining a group, an accountability group. As I said, I do run those. There's one going on right now, so if you're interested, let me know. Even a fitness instructor or trainer, like somebody who you need to show up for, somebody who's gonna wonder where you are if you don't show up. A good accountability group will wonder where you are when you don't show up and they don't hear from you, and they will get in touch with you and find out what's going on. They'll be really interested in seeing you succeed. That's the whole point of having an accountability group or partner, is that they're totally supportive of you and they want to see you succeed. So when they see you starting to fall off a bit, they're going to be there for you and they're going to motivate you to get back on, because motivation comes and goes, right? We all lose motivation every now and then. And to get it back yourself can be really challenging, but if you've got somebody on your side who's really rooting for you, then it's a lot easier to get that momentum, that motivation and that momentum back. So accountability is so important. If you're just going to say, oh, I'll be accountable to myself, almost guaranteed that won't work out. It's as humans, we have that. If we're going to disappoint someone, that motivates us to keep going with what we're trying to do. So those 3 things, have them set in place. If you want me to be your accountability partner, let me know. Send me a message. I'm happy to email you or text you or whatever you need to help you keep going and even get started. I'm totally here for you, so don't be shy about reaching out to me. So if you're ready for this, why not start right now? So what's your goal? What's your plan? Write it down and do something today that moves you just a little bit closer, and then see how things go. So I got to go and get ready for my next class. I'm training a new instructor to take over my evening class on Tuesday, so I can have evenings free to work a little more on my business. So I'm pretty excited about getting somebody in here and getting them trained and teaching an evening class for me. So that's what I'm about to do, and I hope you have a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.